Remember always, one becomes that upon which he meditates. And since all things have come forth from the light, light is the supreme perfection and control of all things. Please continue watching for the revealed spiritual mysteries of Ascended Master Saint Germain, as recorded by Guy W. Ballard.
Welcome to Meeting the Master, from Godfrey Ray King's Unveiled Mysteries, the dominion and majesty of Ascended Master Saint Germain, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Guy Warren Ballard was a United States mining engineer and a co-founder, together with his wife Edna Ann Wheeler Ballard, of the I Am spiritual movement, inspired by his life-changing meeting with the Ascended Master Saint Germain. One morning in 1930, Mr. Ballard, led subconsciously by his inner spiritual longing, went on a hike on beautiful Mount Shasta, a place located in the western U.S., where legend has it that a group of divine adepts reside or could be seen. His sincerity and deep longing for the truth led to a profound experience that day. He was blessed by the appearance of the beloved Master, Saint Germain. Following this enlightening encounter, Mr. Ballard devoted his life to spreading the Master's wisdom according to his capacity. From Master Saint Germain's dictation and teachings, Mr. Ballard wrote a series of books under the pseudonym Godfrey Ray King. Master Saint Germain's imparted spiritual knowledge was the basis for many lectures given by Mr. Ballard, as well as for the founding of the I Am religious activity in the early 1930s. By 1938, it had up to 1 million followers. Today, the volumes documenting the precious mysteries revealed by the Ascended Master to Godfrey Ray King are still a fascinating spiritual gem for many across the globe. The three most famous volumes are titled Unveiled Mysteries, The Magic Presence, and the I Am Discourses. Ascended Master Saint Germain is deeply venerated among the Theosophical Society, as he represents the establishment of the Aquarian Age, an era that we are privileged to be witnessing. He is also identified with the Count of Saint Germain, a mysterious European figure who possessed a great inner knowledge and was called immortal by some due to his everlasting youth. Today, we will read an excerpt from Guy Warren Ballard's or Godfrey Ray King's book, Unveiled Mysteries. In the second part of the chapter, Meeting the Master, Saint Germain elaborates on humanity's not yet fully realized significance and essence of the light, which is the pure substance of the God power manifested without and within ourselves. Excerpt from Chapter 1, Meeting the Master. The first step to the control of yourself is the stilling of all outer activity, of both mind and body, 15 to 30 minutes at night before retiring and in the morning before beginning the day's work. Using the following exercise will do wonders for anyone who will make the necessary effort. For the second step, make certain of being undisturbed, and after becoming very still, picture and feel your body enveloped in a dazzling white light. The first 5 minutes while holding this picture, recognize and feel intensely the connection between the outer self and your mighty God within, focusing your attention upon the heart center and visualizing it as a golden sun. The next step is the acknowledgement. I now joyously accept the fullness of the mighty God presence, the pure Christ. Feel the great brilliancy of the light and intensify it in every cell of your body for at least 10 minutes longer. Then close the meditation by the command, I am a child of the light. I love the light. I serve the light. I live in the light. I am protected, illumined, supplied, sustained by the light. And I bless the light. Remember always, one becomes that upon which he meditates. And since all things have come forth from the light, light is the supreme perfection and control of all things. Contemplation and adoration of the light compels illumination to take place in the mind, health, strength, and order to come into the body, and peace, harmony, and success to manifest in the affairs of every individual who will really do it and seeks to maintain it. All the way down the centuries, in every age, under every condition, we are told by all who have expressed the greater accomplishments of life that the light is supreme. The light is everywhere, and in the light exist all things. That truth is just as true today as it was 1,000,000 years ago, as far back as there is any record of humanity. The wise and great ones of all ages are portrayed with a radiation of light about them, emanating from the head and body itself. This light is real, just as real as the electric lights in your homes. The day is not far distant when machines will be constructed to reveal the emanation of light about every individual, to the physical sight of anyone who cares to observe it. Such a machine will also show the contamination or discoloration that becomes a cloud around the light of God, which the person self-generates through discordant thought and feeling. This only is the way by which the energy of the great life stream becomes polluted. If you will practice this exercise faithfully and feel it in every atom of your mind and body with deep, deep intensity, you will receive abundant proof of the tremendous activity, power, and perfection that abides and is forever active within the light. When you have experienced this for even a short time, you will need no further proof. You become your own proof. The light is the kingdom. Enter into it and be at peace. Return to the Father's house. After the first 10 days of using this exercise, it is well to do it 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. We often hear the complaint, "Oh, I cannot give all that time." To any who are of that opinion, I wish to simply say this: the time the average person spends in criticizing, condemning, and blaming people, conditions, and things for not being something other than they are, if occupied with this recognition and use of the light, will make heaven manifest on earth. For the individual who dares to try and has determination enough to maintain it, nothing is impossible. The light never fails. The light is God's way of creating and maintaining order, peace, and perfection throughout His creation. Every human being on this earth can have all the time he wants in which to do this, when his desire to do it is intense enough. The intensity in the desire itself will reorder the world of people, conditions, and things so as to provide that time, if he earnestly wishes to use it for his upward climb. No person in the world is an exception to that law, for the intense desire to do anything constructive, when it becomes intense enough, is the God power that releases the energy necessary to create and express the thing desired. Everyone has the same supreme privilege of contact with the all-powerful presence of God, and it is the only power that ever did, does now, or ever will raise the personal self and its world above earthly discord and limitation. My beloved son, try this with great determination and know, God in you is your certain victory. As his discourse ended, I began to realize that he must be one of the Ascended Masters, or he had not only given me proof of his dominion over the elements by precipitation, but had instructed and explained as he did it. I sat wondering how it was that he knew me. "My son," he said, answering my thought at once, "I have known you for eons. In raising your thought by your own conscious effort, it made my coming to you possible at this time. While I have always been in touch with you when we were both in our finer bodies, your conscious effort of reaching out to someone of the Ascended Masters opened the way for me to come to you in a much more tangible way, that is, tangible to your physical senses." "I see you do not quite recognize me in your outer consciousness." "I was present during your birth, at your mother's passing, and was instrumental in bringing you and Lotus together at the right time, that your attainment might not be delayed. Again, I assisted in bringing you and your son into association in this embodiment. However, be patient. Sit still for a few moments, watch me closely, and I will reveal my identity to you." I did as he requested, and in perhaps a full minute I saw his face, body and clothing become the living, breathing, tangible presence of the Master Saint Germain, smiling at my astonishment and enjoying my surprise. He stood there before me, a magnificent godlike figure, in a white jeweled robe, a light and love sparkling in his eyes that revealed and proved the dominion and majesty that is his. "This," he explained, "is the body in which I work a great deal of the time, when occupied with the welfare of mankind, unless the work I am doing at the moment requires closer contact with the outer world of affairs, and in that case, I make my body take on the characteristics and dress of the nation with which I am working at the moment." "Oh," I exclaimed, "now I know you, for I have seen you many times like that, at the inner level of consciousness." "My son," he explained, "do you not see what real mastery actually is? We in the ascended state can control the atomic structure of our world as the potter controls his clay. Every electron and atom in the universe is obedient to our desire and command because of the God power by which we control it and of which we have earned the right to be the directors." For more information on the Ascended Master Saint Germain, the I Am Teachings, and Godfrey Ray King's books, please visit stgermainfoundation.org. Endearing viewers, we appreciate your presence for today's words of wisdom.